Welcome back to the Howepodcast101. I am Lucas Mitchell, and unfortunately we don't have Jake here today, but we do have our engineer,
Noah Riley.
And so unfortunately, this is a retake of our previous intro because the segments today are a little bit janky. You'll see in two of the segments. But we're refilming this one without Jake because he had to go due to time reasons. But really quickly, this video was sponsored by Hannah's Cafe and Market, Don's Smokehouse, and the FBC House Studios for, the great studios, obviously. And also, you can find us on the how101.com, our website, where we have our merch, we have the donate thing, and give us your money, except we don't do that anymore. It's very sad. But we also have our contacts on there, so if you want to contact us for any reason, if you want to give us suggestions, if you want to give us tips, tricks, information, that would be super helpful if you could contact us there. Also, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notifications button, and pretty much today we got the Shelly Luther interview, and I know you guys are all waiting for that, and so we've got a few other segments. We have a trivia, we have our one more thing, and we also have our very funny, little segment in there for football about the Cowboys. You might be wondering how that's going to go.
We don't know how it went yet, but we're hoping they beat the Niners.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's post not giving up the info. Anyway, it's fine. So next is the, top 10 or something, and we'll see you there.
Don's Smokehouse is one of the best butcher shops in Texas, but it's not just a butcher shop. It's home of the best beef jerky around and the famous Great Wall of Jerky, where you will find 17 different kinds of jerky, including bear, buffalo, elk, venison, turkey, and of course, beef and more. We are open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 to 6. Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe at 111 East Hanning Street. Come on down for a free sample and experience the Great Wall of Jerky. Don's Smokehouse, the best jerky around.
Welcome back to the Howepodcast101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside the other... No, just Lucas Mitchell.
Almost messed it up. Anyway, Lucas Mitchell. And we are joined by the engineer, Noah Riley.
And we're a little late today. We've been having a really deep conversation. We'll probably get into that in one more thing. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a bit. We might not. We'll see what happens.
But today,
right now, right at this very moment, it is time for Top 10. We haven't done it in a while. This is the Top 10 foods that people couldn't say no to.
Actually, you know what? It's been almost 2 months.
Most liked foods.
Most liked foods. Top 10 most liked foods.
Okay, you guys start this list. I gotta head outside. My dad's calling me. I'll be right back.
All right.
You guys.
Top 10. Number 10, Lucas, is leafy greens.
What?
Such as
It's just
kale, collard, spinach, mustard greens, and Swiss chard.
Yeah, no dip. That's number 10.
Like lettuce.
Yeah, actually, lettuce has to be
I wouldn't
different.
say no to it.
Iceberg lettuce has to be the only thing I can do for lettuce.
Romaine lettuce.
Yeah.
I love that disease.
And if you have the right seasoning on the right vegetables, then it tastes good. Like if you have broccolini or broccoli or what are those little balls, the balls of cabbage?
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts, asparagus, and all of that. If you put the right seasoning on it, I can guarantee you that it is just so much better.
Wait, correction. This list is like the most healthy foods.
Oh.
Yeah, it has loaded with vitamin A, C, and K, folate, potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron, and fiber. So it's okay, Jake. Correction. This list is the top 10 most healthy foods for you.
Top 10 most healthy foods.
Yeah,
That'll work.
That you can't say no to.
No, I can definitely say no to any of these.
What was number 10?
It was leafy greens.
Yeah.
So like lettuce.
I talked about asparagus, all that stuff. All right, so parents, if you want your kids to like leafy greens, then you have to buy certain seasonings. They will not like it if you don't put seasoning on it, because it by itself is
Tastes like a
disgusting.
leaf.
It tastes like a leaf. Why would you want to go outside and just like take a leaf and bite it? Like, no.
That'd be odd.
That would be odd. Yeah. Just put seasoning on the leaf and it tastes better.
Yeah, that's called like facts.
You could literally
That's
put some meat seasoning on it and it probably
Real
tastes
quick.
10 times better.
Yeah.
Trivia question: do y'all know why these things are loaded with such nutrients?
Why?
Vitamins. Because they were once living things.
Oh yeah.
Energy.
True.
That's why.
They were.
But they died. Now they're giving us food.
Yeah.
They didn't really
Transferring
die.
energy.
That's true. Oh,
Hey,
I mean,
do
that's
plants-
kind of what we're talking
That's a
about.
question. Do plants die
Yeah.
when they do they?
They can't die. Yeah, they die.
No, I know, but like,
I wouldn't say immediately.
I'm just
What do you
wondering, like, when you eat a plant, is it dying?
It's already dead.
Yeah, but when you cut it off the vine, does it just die? Is it like
I mean, I assume so.
okay?
Cause it kind of.
I mean,
I don't know. I guess it would still be alive for a while.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I feel like I might be a very
But it's not
unhealthy person because there's 4 things on this list that I would never eat.
All right. Here's what's number 9.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
the number.
number 9 is one of them. Butternut squash.
Oh, okay.
What's
Have you ever
that?
had squash before?
I have.
It is
Kind-
okay. You
I
have to
don't
do
like
it
it.
right. It's kind of like
I don't like squash.
yeah.
Squash
It has a
bad.
weird like taste.
Texture.
It has a weird texture taste. It's kind of like
So good.
not that good. So yeah.
It's just
got-
not good in general.
It's got a bunch of vitamin A, C, and a bunch of fiber.
Yeah, but I can just get that from like coffee, dude.
Yeah, true. What's number 8?
Number 8 is watermelon.
Watermelon's healthy?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
I didn't know it was that
Like a
healthy though.
superfood.
I didn't know it was like number
Superfood,
8
dude.
on the list of like the top 10
I
healthiest.
should get a lot of sugars.
It's described as a quote-unquote heavyweight in the nutrient department.
Wow. You know what? This makes me really happy because I need to eat some more watermelon.
I also
mean-
want more watermelon. I think it'd be better if we just like instead of summer eating watermelon, we should eat watermelon in the winter.
Okay.
Or just like do all year.
I'm good with that.
Okay, real quick.
No, I'm good with
Listen to this. If you eat like 1 slice of watermelon a day, you get 1/3 of your day's vitamins A, C, and potassium.
Really? So you could just eat 3 slices of watermelon a day and
Have all the stuff.
you'd be great.
Pretty much, yeah.
You'd be good to go.
Dude,
Potassium
how to
is-
solve world hunger? Watermelon.
You have to 90% fat-free, so fat people don't gotta worry.
Wait a
about
minute.
gaining weight.
What if in Africa we just transport a ton of melon seeds and all these kids just take care of their own watermelon plant and they just like have infinite food?
That
Thing is, they probably wouldn't do that.
Well, no, it's, you just can't grow.
I don't think you can even
watermelon.
grow watermelons.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
yeah, I probably wouldn't make that's number 7.
My watermelon plant is dried up. Guess we won't be eating for another year.
Okay, I've heard of these, but I don't think I've ever eaten them. It's garbanzo beans.
What was garbanzo?
I've heard of them. I don't think I've ever
I've
eaten
never
them.
heard of them.
I've never even heard of it. Move on.
They're rich in protein, fiber, copper, folate, iron, magnesium, potassium, and zinc.
That's cool. Move on. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
it'd be a good like food as you're sick. That'd be a good.
Yeah, you can put them in salads, stew, curries, and soups.
Ooh.
Okay, they're probably pretty good actually.
Doesn't sound bad.
Next.
Healthy. All right, 6 is oatmeal.
Oatmeal?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do they have in it?
You don't like oatmeal?
Cinnamon
I
oatmeal.
don't like oatmeal.
Cinnamon oatmeal. You can't have regular
Have you ever made
grams of-
homemade oatmeal?
maple cinnamon oatmeal.
Yeah.
Gross.
But
That's like the only.
have you ever made your own?
No.
So what I do, I'll have just like the oats, like you know, the cylinder of oats.
But I just use like the packet.
You know the cylinder? No, it has like no
Yeah,
seasoning on
it has
top.
that old man with long white hair on the front.
You know the cylinder,
that.
the Quaker guy,
Yeah.
the Quaker.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll pour that into a nice bowl. I'll pour some water in it,
Mhm.
some
It's
hot
just,
water.
It's just soggy oats.
No, listen. Yeah, I know it is.
So gross.
Yeah,
It
but
is.
like if you make it right, if you use milk,
Exactly.
using milk.
So I pour. So listen to me. I pour a little bit of hot water on it to soften them a little bit, like this much, like this much.
Oh,
Just
that's
to
what
so-
you're supposed to do.
I know. And then I pour half and half cream. And then
Actually?
and then I put brown sugar in it
Oh,
and butter.
that you're gonna have to make me.
I will do
one
that
day.
for you. It is
Oh my gosh.
surprisingly like.
And we need to force Noah to make like.
No, will you eat it? Will you take a single bite?
If
I promise
if
you.
it's good, Because I'm telling you, like, sometimes you can accidentally water it down too much, and it just
Yes.
it's disgusting.
If it's not watered down too much, like if it has like that right texture,
perfect consistency.
Yeah, oatmeal's good.
Perfect creaminess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it
Amazing.
has 4 grams of fiber and it helps lower cholesterol.
Okay, go ahead.
Pretty good.
What's next?
Wild salmon is number 5.
Okay. Look, I don't know about salmon.
You don't like salmon? You don't like fish?
I love salmon.
It's
But-
rich in omega-3 fats and it helps reduce the risk of heart attacks.
Actually, yes.
I mean,
I'd say it's healthy if I...
Is there anyone here that doesn't like fish?
Okay.
I love all seafood except
I like fish.
Except what?
crab cakes and hush puppies.
Really?
Oh, I don't
That's
like
like
hush puppies.
I like hush puppies. No?
Mm-mm.
Not.
I don't like them.
No.
I think it's the cream cheese stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of cream cheese, actually.
What about
Or sour cream.
Not either.
Oh, I forgot what it is. The fried squid. I can't think of what it's called.
Actually,
Calamari.
Yeah,
Octopus?
calamari.
Yeah.
You like fried calamari?
I think I've had it once, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but like I could eat
Fried
it.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Shrimp.
fried. It's literally tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Shrimp.
I think everything just tastes like chicken. when
I
it's
like
fried.
salmon's good. Good fish is never. I mean, it's never gonna hurt.
Okay,
Yeah, have
I've
you guys
tried...
tried crickets?
No. Oh, my...
I haven't either.
When my aunt and uncle lived in Uganda, they had,
Wait,
fried
pause. Your aunt and uncle lived in Uganda.
Uganda, Nepal,
How long?
Greece. Uganda for like 4 years.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell us more about that.
Welcome with the Uganda.
No, it's not okay.
It is Uganda. Uganda knuckles.
Yeah, but they fried locusts.
That's.
No way.
I wonder if they were good.
Oh way.
Okay, what's next?
Salted.
Number 4 is broccoli.
Oh. All right. Look.
No.
Broccoli
I'm okay
isn't
with
the
broccoli.
worst, but
No,
it's not the
It's
best.
not the best. Look, I just think broccoli's so overrated by moms. At this point, I think moms overrate broccoli, and they've ruined it for all the kids. Cause it's like moms. The only thing moms ever like is Brussels sprouts. Before we get to Brussels, I know your mom makes good Brussels sprouts. Okay, stop. Stop. Get to it in a little bit. Most people, when they make
One more
Brussels
thing.
sprouts, are absolute dog water.
That's true.
Like, I am not trying to be rude. Mom, your Brussels sprouts are terrible. That's why we don't make them anymore. Brussels sprouts are not good. You're fired. You're fired. Your Brussels sprouts are just terrible.
Okay.
They really are.
The reason it's healthy is because broccoli is loaded with vitamin C, carotenoids, vitamin K, and folate. That's really healthy.
Broccoli is, I'm not
Alright.
mad. Like,
Broccoli,
You gotta
the
cook it.
sister to it.
salt, cheese. Anyone here cheese on the broccoli?
Broccoli
Honestly,
cheddar.
if I were to eat broccoli, it would have to be raw.
Broccoli cheddar soup.
Yes. When it's raw, it's really not bad. When it's
can eat
cooked
raw
with
broccoli.
cheese.
If it's
Can't
okay,
eat cooked broccoli.
Because the
What?
texture,
So
it's like
gross.
soggy.
Yeah.
if it's cooked right and it has like it's pretty good. If you ever had McAllister's broccoli cheddar soup, amazing.
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
but that's soup. That's a little.
I
different.
had that actually yesterday. Believe it or not.
That's a little different. What is number 3?
It's straight plain Greek yogurt. It has no fat,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
protein.
Wait, not vanilla? Not even the vanilla.
plain
Oh
yogurt.
man. Okay,
Yeah.
that's rough. Okay, what's the next one? I don't like that.
It's really healthy though.
Isn't yogurt just like fermented
Milk.
what was it? Milk.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, number 2 is mangoes. A bunch of vitamin
Really?
C. 1/3 a day is vitamin A. So eat watermelon and mangoes are set.
Wait, this is number 3.
Those are like the best fruit.
And a decent dose of blood pressure, lowering potassium and 3 grams of fiber.
Wait,
those
this
are
is
like
3 or 2?
That's 2.
2. Okay.
Those are like the best fruits.
I'm gonna place my bet on
Pretty
number
good.
1.
Okay.
I'm gonna say potato is number 1.
No, potatoes have too many calories.
No,
That's
I
cap.
think potato's 1.
Okay, but real quick, you just said it's like the best fruit. No, grapefruit is so stinking good, dude.
Grapefruit?
Dude.
You know how
But
to cut it?
apple
I bet
is-
grapefruit's 1. Grapefruit is known to be very good for you.
No, but my mom showed me how to actually cut up a grapefruit and eat it. It's so.
What is it like? Isn't it tart? It's like
But yeah, but you sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it and it like balances it. It's so good.
That actually sounds really good.
I've never had.
But,
I've never
I mean-
really been a big fan of grapefruit,
I gotta say.
and I've
apple
never had it
juice.
right. I guess. No, I'm gonna have to try a grapefruit at your house with some
Yeah.
sugar on it. That
So-
sounds. That
My
sounds
bet's potato.
facts.
Is yours grapefruit?
I'm gonna go with grapefruit. It's probably not
Okay,
right. Neither
let's
is
see.
yours for sure.
Number 1.
Number 1 is grapefruit. Completely kidding. It's sweet potato.
Let's go!
No,
I was still
that's
right. I was still right. Nope,
different.
nope,
No.
nope. Say that.
Is it potato or sweet potato?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, no, sweet potato is a potato.
Loaded with carotenoids, good source of potassium and fiber.
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
In regular potatoes, no.
Yeah.
Regular potatoes aren't that good for you.
I don't like sweet potato.
I don't know.
I
I like regular potatoes.
Yeah.
Like potato.
Potatoes are superfoods. You didn't know that? They're literally deemed a superfood.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're good.
I'm telling you. It's practically the same thing as regular.
Those sweet potatoes deserve to. They're the devil's food. I hate it.
Okay. I think coming up next for you is kind of a little bit of a interesting way we're doing things. But after the Cowboys game, we're gonna give you a little post-game reaction. I'm praying it is a good post-game reaction. I don't want to come on here and be depressed in a couple hours if the Cowboys season is over.
If we don't have a post game, it's because they lost.
No, we'll still do the post-game, and we may even take some phone calls.
If I'm not here for the post game, it's because they lost.
Hey, we're calling up Malin. We're calling up who?
We'll call Malin to give us some insight. We'll maybe have a few other people on. We'll see. We're gonna have some Cowboys insiders.
Maybe?
Yeah,
Willie Wilson.
we'll get some people on to see what they thought about the game. Dallas Cowboys' first playoff game since 2018.
Wait, you said Bengals?
We're gonna get
Bengals?
to all of that in the NFL segment, but the Bengals did break a 31-year streak of not winning a playoff game.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
So coming up next for you is that. For us, me and you, we just got time for one more thing.
First Baptist Church of Howe services on Sunday morning is an awesome place to be, with Bible fellowships and a main service for everyone. The main service consists of worship by Art Rayburn and a sermon by Roger Tidwell. The fellowships begin at 9:15 for the adults, youth, and kids to enjoy the teachings of Christ Jesus, our Lord and Savior. The main service also starts at 10:30 after. During these uncertain times, the First Baptist Church of Howe has your back on 100 Davis Street in Howe, Texas.
Oh my word, oh my word, oh my... Ow! Stupid Gregory. It's annoying. Like... Ow! I'm still a Cowboys fan though, even though they lost. Why? You're supposed to say go. Oh. My goodness, dude. Not stupid Cowboys, but I can't believe they just, it's the 49ers. And Randy, to be honest, I could have caught that pass. Huh? Oh, hi. So, if you can't tell, the Cowboys lost 23 to 17. Cannot believe that. Season over because of Randy Gregory, pretty much. That's it. Stinking loss! Yeah! How did they lose? I don't understand.
3, 2,
What?
1,
Oh.
go.
Hi, I'm Noah Riley from Howepodcast101. So, today's been a pretty horrible week for me, or this week, because Tech lost to Kansas State, and the Cowboys lost to the San Francisco 49ers. They lost to Miners, the 49ers. I hate them. I can't stand the 49ers now. But anyways, so, final score was 49ers 23, Cowboys 17. That's all I'm going to say. Good night.
If you are craving some fried rice, egg rolls, boba tea, beef teriyaki, or my favorite, sesame chicken, then Hannah's Cafe and Market is for you. It's the newest restaurant in town, and for all you Bulldogs, there is a 10% student discount for a limited time. Hannah's Cafe and Market is located at 105 South Denny Street in Howe, just north of the First Baptist Church. You can find them on Facebook or call at 903-532-0529. Hannah's Cafe and Market. Go Dogs!
Welcome back to the How Podcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined along
alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we have an engineer,
Noah Riley.
and we also have our special guest. Would you like to give us your name?
Shelly Luther.
Shelly Luther.
Thank you so much for joining us. We
Absolutely.
really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
Especially in studio. It's an
How about
honor to
that?
have you in here. So I guess that leads us right into our first question. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live actually right down the street. We're taping here in Howe, right? We can tell people that. I live right outside of Tom Bean with my husband, and we rescue horses. We have about 50 livestock animals there.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
We'll get to that more in a little bit. We have
Okay.
we have a few questions pertaining to that.
awesome.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about your background?
Oh, how far back do you want to start? I'm a daughter of a 26-year Marine. We were raised all over the country, but a lot in Southern California. I've lived in Texas since '93.
Okay.
I came here on a softball scholarship to UT Arlington. And my parents were born and raised in Texas, and for generations their families lived in Texas.
Yeah. Where did you come from?
I was born in Great Lakes, Illinois, and
Okay.
I've lived in several states before I was
Okay.
kind of went to high school in California.
So you've been to a lot of places.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Lucas.
Okay, now we're going to get on to the animals. Would you like to tell us all about your animals?
All about them.
Absolutely.
So we rescue horses. We have rescue horses and donkeys. We have 2 mini donkeys. We have mini horses. We have draft horses and just regular size horses. They're basically huge yard ornaments, expensive dogs, we call them, because they're basically just walk around and do
Yeah.
whatever they want. So we have 3 alpacas. We have tons of goats. We have a kangaroo.
Okay.
I pet your kangaroo.
You did.
Yeah,
They are very soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kangaroos
Guaranteed.
are cool.
Never thought I would touch a kangaroo. I that's for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, you think Australia, because that's like
Right?
stereotypical for a kangaroo to be in.
Right.
And
There's lots of people in
you know
Texas that
that.
actually have kangaroos.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you have to have like really tall walls? Is that true?
Yeah, you have to. I pulled that. That's my
It's
fault.
okay. You're good.
Yeah, the fencing has to be. Ours is 8 feet,
Okay.
but it depends which kinds you have. We have reds. So if you ever look on YouTube, you guys see YouTube or snaps of anything
Yeah.
of like that big kangaroo. That's
Oh,
all buff.
yeah. They're like
That-
really tall.
Yeah.
Ours get up to like, between 5 and 6 feet tall. The males
gosh.
can get super muscular, but usually they don't get gigantic
Yeah.
like what you see.
Yeah.
They get that big from fighting in their pack against the other
okay.
ones
Okay.
to
Yeah,
be
that
the
makes
most
sense.
dominant.
What
So-
got y'all involved in rescuing animals?
So I started rescuing dogs first. So I worked for like a dog shelter, and they need people to foster animals. So like if there's a pregnant mom, obviously that pregnant mom can't hang out in the shelter. So someone can keep them and help raise the pups and then find homes for them. So I kind of started with that first. Or if there's a sick dog, you need to get them well on medicine and then it can be adopted out. So I started with that and then it turned into horses.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last animal question.
No, I like the animal questions.
Can you tell us your favorite story? I'm sure you have a lot about your animals. I'm sure there's something out there.
Well, we have a mini donkey named Doug.
Okay.
And
I'm familiar.
Yes, he's he suits like he's just his name, Doug. And he likes to welcome any of the new horses that we get. And so we got this horse and he was just sitting there and it's the first day we got the horse and Doug went and got one of the feed bowls and like with his mouth and then like threw it at him and was like, here. And I have it on video. It's actually funny. I can share it with you sometime if you guys ever want to see it. But it's just funny because they're like little people. They act so funny, but that donkey is hilarious.
He's kind of just out there.
He's out there and he just acts like a person. It's funny. It's funny.
All right, Lucas.
All right, let's get on to, I guess, your story and other things like that. So, for people who haven't heard your story, just go ahead and tell us about.
Oh, were you talking about like a year and a half ago?
When
Man.
everything
Far
kicked
away.
off. I know this could be a lofty question.
No,
Don't
no.
spare anything.
Okay. Wow. So most people heard that I was the salon owner that opened in Dallas. We shut down for a month during the COVID shutdown. and then I had hairstylists that were really struggling because if you're in that industry, the cosmetology industry, you're used to getting money daily. It's kind of like waiters and waitresses. You're used to getting your money. Some of them probably didn't have a lot in savings at the time. And even if they did, no one knew we would be shut down like we did. Yeah. They kept saying 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And so we're like, okay, we can do 2 weeks. But then they turned it into 3. And then they turned it into 4. And so once they turned it into 4, I had a stylist call me and say that they are, they weren't able to eat for the last 2 days because they were feeding their own kids, wanting to make sure their kids got fed.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so my husband and I prayed about it a lot, and we woke up the next day and I'm like, hey, I'm going to open the salon. And he looked at me and said, okay.
Yeah.
And so we opened, and after a lot of police visits, a lot of paperwork being sent, and a lot of city people telling us we needed to close the salon, and we didn't. I was in jail about a week and a half later for 2 full days.
Wow, that must have been
crazy.
just, I mean, the way things like turned around so quickly off of a night's sleep.
You're right.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, it's just, it's almost like impressive how fast things can turn around.
It's wrong.
Right.
It's,
It definitely was. It was during that time it was just surreal. Like like 20 cameras outside of the salon every single day, like, and they're just, trying to cut hair. And here's what's crazy. The day I went to jail, it was okay for, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot to be open.
Yeah, because they were essential.
Right. Essential, non-essential, essential, right? We were
I remember
non-essential. The dog groomer next door to my salon, Essential, was open the whole time.
So dogs are important.
But people
Dogs are, now I'll be the first to tell you dogs are important, okay? But we're looking at this, going, okay, so your dog can get their hair cut. This wasn't a vet office, but you can't get your hair cut, says the government. Essential, okay? You could also, you could get Botox. You could get different procedures done as far that were not necessary. You could get an abortion that day, and this is like you could get. Let's just say there's lots of things that were going on at that time that the government was claiming to be. Liquor stores were open, CBD oil was there. You could get all of those things, but if I opened the door, I didn't even cut someone's hair because I don't cut hair. I opened the door to my business and was thrown in jail, even though all of those things were essential. And I was putting people at risk.
Yeah.
But at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, you can't get COVID there.
See, I don't see how that's I don't see how that's any different.
It's not.
Especially if you're following their rules.
Right. We had everybody wearing masks because it was early and we didn't know,
people
right?
Didn't know everything.
I bought hand sanitizer booths, like put all that up. There was no waiting inside the salon. I actually physically put chairs 6 feet apart outside of the salon, so no one could even wait inside. And
so you were following all their rules
and more.
Yeah.
My nail tech was actually one of the first ones to create one of those plexiglass things.
Oh,
okay. And with a hole in it where people can put their hands through. She went to like Home Depot because it was open, and made one of those plexiglass things. And people saw that and used that. Oh, we should do that too, and kind of copied her.
Yeah, yeah. That's man, and it's not like you were trying to make a statement at that point. You were just trying to get people to be able to feed their kids.
I was not going to be the reason why they couldn't feed their kids. So they could not show up. I mean, they didn't have to come to work, right? But I was not going to say you can't come to work. So it's either your fault you're at home or it's the government's fault you're at home. But either way, it's not me.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be the reason.
Yeah.
I think people should have personal responsibility for themselves.
For sure.
It's definitely not the government's job to tell us when we can work and not work. And especially during a time where the government was not helping anyone in any way financially. So where did they think food was going to come from? The line for like the food pantries was like 2 miles long, people sitting in their cars.
That's
then
terrible.
It's like,
Well,
you can't even buy gas to get in your car to sit in that line. So it's like, they gave us no option.
Yeah, they gave no one the ability to be able to not make that decision.
That's right.
And I guess, did you have any community support for you doing this?
So here's what's crazy. Not just community. I don't think it was community. We had a lot of people supporting us. The first day that we opened, the line was outside, and the line was so long you couldn't see the last person. I mean,
Wow.
people flew in from different states throughout the first week that we were open. And it was funny because even bald men were coming and saying, can you do something with this? But my hairstylists, only 3 of them showed up because they were scared one way or the other. Maybe they were scared of getting COVID. Maybe they were scared of losing their license because the government was threatening us.
Yeah.
But in that week and a half that we were open, they were the hairstylists that came were making about $3,000 a day each because people were just throwing money at them saying, thank you for opening.
Noah's like, I need to be a hairstylist.
Right. Yeah, that's not typical, I will tell you, but people were very appreciative of the stance that we took, and the bravery it took for them to come
Also, at
to
that
work.
time, people needed haircuts.
Yeah, well, you could tell some people did home cuts. And
Yeah.
I don't suggest. It's not as easy as it looks, folks.
Yeah.
So they did that, but we had some hate too. The most hate that came from other hair salon owners or cosmetologists. And honestly, I think it's because the government was paying people to stay at home, unemployment, and they were making money and sitting at home, and they didn't want to work.
Which makes sense. I mean, like, if you could make money and not do anything, a lot of people would.
And it's still happening today.
Yeah.
It's still and that's why there's
And
a lot of
that's a
positions
major
not
problem
open.
in itself.
Right.
We know you are running for Texas House. So, Lucas, what do you want to say?
Okay, I'm going to read this question off. For those who don't know, could you tell us what all the Texas House does?
Well, they're basically, they're the legislature, so they create the laws for Texas. They make the laws, they vote on the laws for Texas. So, there's 3 different branches of government.
Yeah.
The House and the Senate of Texas, they create laws.
Okay, so the first time you ran for Texas Senate, we know things didn't exactly turn out in your favor. So, what did you learn from that experience that could help you going forward this time around?
That experience was crazy because we announced we were running, and then Governor Abbott said in 2 weeks early voting was happening. And then it was just a race to the finish line. That was also a jungle election, which means, so just to explain what happened, there was a guy that was in that state Senate seat, and he got promoted to Congress. Okay?
U.S. Congress.
U.S. Congress, right? So his seat was vacated early, which creates a special election. So the special election happens, and the government, because of COVID, or the governor, because of COVID, could create whatever, or he thinks he could create whatever laws he wanted to do with that. So when a seat is vacated early, even though it was a Republican seat, Republicans and Democrats can both run for that seat.
Okay.
Even though it was a Republican that left. And so there were 6 of us total that ran, and I won the initial race. I won out of the 6 of us. But because I didn't get at least 50% of the vote plus 1, they call it 50 plus 1 is what you need to win in Texas. Then we had to have a runoff. So me and the other guy, Drew Springer. And then we had a runoff. Governor Abbott and my opponent spent about $8 million to beat me.
That's a lot of
just
cash.
to be
$8 million.
Just to not let you win.
Correct.
Do you think without that $8 million you would have won that
absolutely.
position?
Absolutely.
That's crazy. That
What does
someone
that
would,
$8 million do?
So a lot of it is TV time. So like your commercials running on TV is very expensive.
Yeah.
Paying to make the video to begin with. So you guys are really good at videos. And like if you pursued that, and like it's a lucrative career. It's actually great. Mailers that go out, they call them mailers. They look like big postcards, and it'll say who you are and then like compare you to the person. Those big, huge signs that you see all over the place.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Especially right now.
Yeah.
They're
election
super
season.
expensive.
Okay.
Super expensive. And just staff, people that are helping you. I don't even know how many people were helping me. A lot of it was volunteer, but it's expensive campaigning.
Yeah.
And here's what's bad about that. That's why it's hard for regular people to be in office.
Because they're
Because it's
poor.
so
Because they're
expensive.
poor. Let's
Because
just be
they're
honest.
poor. Like, I'm just a business, I own a salon. I'm just
Yeah.
a business owner. So I don't have millions of dollars. And so I rely on donations from the people. And then if you're already in office and the lobbyists there, do you know what a lobbyist is?
I do not.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about lobbyists then, because this is educational.
Yeah.
So there's these people, it's their actual job to basically bribe the state Senate and the state House members to vote on certain bills a certain way that favors them.
Is that illegal?
No,
It's not. Really?
And it's their job to and here's how they take them out to dinner. They actually write them checks. And so there's things called TEC reports, Texas Ethics Commission reports, where you can look and we have to, as someone in politics, we have to list every single penny that is given to us. So you can look and see who's being bought or not, right?
But it doesn't really matter.
It does matter
can.
if you are a voter.
Yeah.
You can look and see, well,
Okay.
who has actually bought this person off, and it's public.
But I wonder how many people actually look.
They don't.
And do you think that's the main problem?
It's not the main problem. It's a big
it's one of
problem.
the problems.
The biggest problem is that voters are not knowledgeable about
Yeah.
the candidates. And so you guys doing stuff like this is huge because it gives people information on what's going on. Regular people that are trying to get into politics are very good at getting in front of people, talking to people,
Yeah.
answering questions. Once candidates, sometimes when they get in office, they become where you can't get a hold of them. They don't answer their phone calls
Yeah.
anymore because they're like, I don't have to, I'm in office
Yeah.
now type thing.
Yeah.
And that's why we need regular people in office and possibly term limits saying, okay, you've been there long enough, you've gotten enough money bribes, like let's get
Yeah.
you out and give someone else a chance.
That makes sense. Because a lot of the older presidents, they served out their term and then just left.
Right. Yeah, because there is term limits as far as president, but look at if you know who Nancy Pelosi is and some of those people that are just old, they need to go.
She's been there for
ancient.
way
Old.
too long. Yeah, she's
Old.
like
Old.
she's like 1,000,000 years old. I don't even know how she's
A million
alive.
and one.
Yeah.
A million and
I
one.
don't even.
And she's just a horrible, evil person.
The Queen of England.
That too.
Exactly. So I don't know what we were going through, the costs. We got into lobbyists. But yeah, people need to be knowledgeable about who and not just, oh, that person's my friend, or I went to church with that person.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're running into with my opponent, because he's lived in this area a long time and he is a nice guy. He's a nice guy, I'll say that. But being a nice guy doesn't always make you the best person for the job.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was a teacher for 13 years. I taught Spanish. I know a lot of people that say you're really good at math. Does that make you a good math teacher? Not always. Yeah, you could be really good at math, but can you teach others? And so I think it's the same way in politics. You can be a really nice guy, but does that make you the best person for that job?
Yeah, they say that about coaching too. Like if you're a good
Yes.
pitcher, a lot of times you're not a good baseball coach.
That's right.
And that's a big deal. Last question. Can you tell us your 3 main priorities? Oh,
And actually,
yeah,
another
two more
question.
questions.
Oh, yeah,
One
that's
from-
really fine. Do you want to start there or there?
You can.
Oh,
start.
actually, because she had she was speaking about a teacher.
Okay, makes sense.
Let's go ahead.
We have a question
So,
from an audience member.
From a viewer
Oh,
who
really?
is a teacher, and she says there is a House bill that specifically HB3 that require teachers to complete 80 more hours of training that have put extra stress and pressure on teachers. And let's see, and it says, what are your thoughts?
So the original HB3 that I saw didn't have to do with teachers. So I'm not sure if they're talking about this latest session, because HB3 that I went and spoke against in Austin wasn't to do with teachers. But let's talk about teachers. Teachers are not taken care of enough.
I agree.
They are very undervalued.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot.
They are the front line, and the reason why kids turn out to be decent people. And I feel like number one, they don't make enough money. Number two, when they retire, they make even less. I spoke to a teacher that had taught for 40 years, and she had a master's, and her retirement, she's only making $1,800 a month.
That's not good.
Man,
I don't
yeah,
know.
that's
1800
not-
and she had a
yeah,
master's degree.
That's not going to get you dinner for a month,
She can't even pay her own property taxes with that check.
which is also a problem.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about property taxes. But you know. So, but what I'm saying is, first of all, teachers should make no less than $60,000 a year, and that's minimal to me.
I agree.
Right now, my husband and I went to a quick trip or whatever gas station in Allen the other day, and a assistant manager makes $59,000 a year. But you have teachers that have all of these degrees, have a teaching certification, they have to go through professional development, all of these things, and they don't get paid anything, and their health insurance sucks.
Yeah.
So teachers are very undervalued. I think all of the red tape and the strings, everything that they have to go through is ridiculous. If they want to require those extra hours of teaching, they better pay them extra for them, because that's more on top of what they already have to do. We need to take care of their retirement, and we need to make sure that their health care is there, because we want to say, oh, we want our kids to be the greatest. We want America's kids to be the greatest. But if you don't incentivize teachers to want to teach, you're going to have bad teachers.
Yeah.
That's why good teachers leave, because it's not worth it for them. First year teachers need a $2,000 check to set up their classroom. Right now, they use their own money that they don't have to set up their classroom and make sure that they have all the tools. I, as a teacher, used to give not money directly to kids, but to materials and things, because kids couldn't afford them. And I was, what am I going to say? You sit over there because you don't have materials? No, teachers out of their own pockets. So right now, financially, I think that if we built up financially the salary for teachers, and not only made sure that we were invested in their retirement, do you know what COLA is? Cost of living? That goes up. And so we need to make sure that their retirement has a percentage of cost of living that goes up with the economy.
With the inflation that's going on right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't mind professional development that much, because we want to make sure that our teachers learn the latest and greatest. But if you're going to require that, and it's a requirement, you need to pay them extra. This is on top of your job already.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to go to this because we want you to be amazing, but we're going to pay you for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, 80 hours is a lot of extra training, and I know they already do a lot of training. And
I think that's over a certain time period too. 80 hours.
it's over a year. Is
Yeah.
what? That's what I think. It's over a year.
And they have families too.
Exactly.
You have to we love our kids and we treat our students like our own kids, but we also have our own family too. And all the red tape and the craziness that happens as being a teacher makes it not worth it right now. We need to give them stipends and money on top of that, saying, oh, this extra training, let's pay you.
Yeah, and that makes sense, because 80 hours is so much time that they could be spending with their families. And if they're not spending it with their families, they might as well make money.
Right.
While they're at it.
If you're going to pull them, it's like any other job. To make, 6 figures or more, you're probably going to work a lot. But as long as you're getting the compensation to where when you're off, you can actually afford to take your family somewhere or do something with them, that'd be nice.
Right, for sure. Now let's get back to that last question. What are your top 3 priorities?
You brought up my number 1, and it's property taxes. Property taxes are out of control. We're door knocking. We're talking to a lot of people here in the 4 counties we represent, which is Grayson, Fannin, Franklin, Delta, right? Tons of people that I've talked to said that they've lived on the same ranch. They've had it for generations, but they're going to have to retire in Oklahoma, because even though the ranch is paid off, they can't afford to retire and pay the property taxes. And you never own your property in Texas. You never own it, because you can pay off your mortgage completely, but your property taxes that continue, if you don't pay those, the government seizes your home. So you actually just rent your property.
Which you're renting it from the government at that point, almost.
It is.
It is, because
It
you
is.
don't own it. You don't own anything.
You never own it. You never own it.
Yeah, which
and
isn't-
there are
it's
other
not good.
states that don't have property taxes, or they have property taxes, but they run out after. Even Prop 18 in California. California's property tax system is better than Texas.
That's
Embarrassing.
Not good.
That's
sad.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
But I'm saying
California out of all places.
Exactly. So they have a lot of things wrong with them, but their property tax system is better than Texas. My opponent voted to raise 5 different bills. He voted to raise taxes. Why? To me, taxing is almost like theft.
I agree.
It's almost like
just like, hey, I just need your money for this golden toilet,
And to spend it on whatever I want, and
Yeah.
you get no say in it. And I don't mind like a consumption tax because we do need like the streets, the roads to be taken care of. We need our state employees to be taken. I get all of that. But there are ways that we can pay for those things without people losing their home. Say the sales tax rate, consumption tax they call it, like what you eat or what you buy.
Yeah.
You put a little higher tax on that, right? What if you had that was higher instead of, so like, oh shoot, I can't afford to buy steak today. I'm gonna have to eat a hamburger instead. But at least you won't get taxed out of your home. You don't lose your
That's
home.
manageable.
Yeah.
It's manageable
It's more
because
manageable.
oh shoot, I'm in college again. I better eat peanut butter. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you still have a home to sleep in.
Yeah, at least you have that 100-year-old ranch. that
Exactly.
was
In your
gran-
in
that
generations.
was your grandfather's grandfather.
Exactly. So property tax is the main thing. And first of all, we don't straight away add a tax to make up for that. We go over after the government spending. Right now, we spend like $86 billion or something crazy. I don't even know the number anymore on illegal immigration, on illegal immigrants.
Oh yeah, no, that's
They're breaking the law to come into our state, and we basically throw them a party over here. So there are things that we need to cut spending on first.
Yeah.
And then we can go after, okay, how much do we need to make up for this to make sure our roads and our county and our state employees are paid for?
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's reasons for things that exist.
Exactly. Yep. So that's number one. Number two, we must secure the border.
Yeah,
We
and that goes
must.
back to the immigration that you were just.
Yeah.
And that's not just that. It's not Mexicans that are coming through our border right now. What I'm concerned about is the cartel, the drug smuggling,
Definitely.
the sex trafficking, all of the dangerous things there. And why are they so worried about all of us wearing a mask and getting a vaccine when they don't even test those people?
Yeah.
They just come right in. And they don't stop them. They don't do anything.
Makes
they just
no
come right in.
sense.
It makes zero sense. So that's why we know that this whole pandemic thing is not about safety. It is about control. It's what can we get the people to do? And until we did something with the salon and said, not that, what else would they have been doing, and how much longer would we have been
They
closed
didn't
down?
like it when you did that.
Oh, they
Yeah.
hated it.
Yeah.
They do not like when people stand up and go, no, that's not right. You can't do that.
Well, they want control. They want power over everyone.
Power.
Everyone. So
It's all power. So I would say we need to shut the border down
Yeah.
immediately. So property taxes, shutting down the border, and stopping government mandates. To me are the top three. I mean, there's several things.
Yeah.
Abolishing abortion, we could go after doctors. I think we should put doctors in jail that murder babies.
I agree with that statement. for sure.
Absolutely.
101, yeah.
Yeah.
1000%.
The vaccine mandates, I mean, all the mandates need to go. Of course, we got permitless carry in Texas, but we could go as strong as getting constitutional carry, which is a little bit better. So they
Well,
made,
it's the name itself,
Right.
constitutional.
they don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. But I mean, what I want to bring to the Texas House is someone that says, okay, these are the things that I want to work on for y'all, and actually go there and do it and stand up for it.
Yeah.
The rep that's in the position that I'm, going for right now told me that he should get along with Democrats and liberals and make nice with everybody, and that's how you get things done. And to me, I can be nice to people, I can get along and be respectful to people, but when it comes to these issues, I'm promising you these things. I'm not going to come back and tell you I ran out of time or whatever other excuse they give.
Yeah. That's. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I think
You're
that wraps
welcome.
everything.
I loved it.
It was fun. I hope y'all learned something too.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
did.
think our viewers did, and I'm pretty sure we did.
Good. That's all that matters then.
So I think that's gonna do it for this segment. Coming up next, I'm not sure what the order is, but
It's
we'll
a
do it
one
right
more
after.
thing.
Oh,
I
it
think
is.
it's one more
Okay.
thing. No, wait.
No.
No, well, hold on.
Whatever it is, we'll do it right after
Yeah.
this. You're listening to the Howepodcast 101. We give you a weekly look inside Howe and around Grayson County.
We have interviewed many guests, including Coach Simmons, Dan Thomas, and the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Howepodcast 101. Keep up with Howe and laugh at the same time. Welcome back to the Howepodcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined by our engineer,
No Riley.
Well, we are back for one more thing, and the Cowboys are now down 7-0 to the 49ers, so we'll get into predictions on that and one more thing. But I think with that being said, we just got time for one more thing.
I forgot. There is one more thing.
gentlemen. One more thing, guys. How are we feeling today about the Cowboys? We feeling good? We feeling bad? I'm feeling bad.
I'm feeling fine right now. That's their first drive. Cowboys haven't even had the ball yet.
I'm feeling bad after that. If I was to guess who's gonna win,
Barack Obama.
yeah. Sadly, I would say the 49ers. I think the 49ers are gonna win. I've been worried all week about them being able to just run down the Cowboys' throat.
I'm not a Cowboys fan. I always hope that was
It's not that I don't lose hope. And you know what?
You've lost.
I have the Cowboys at all. I think the Cowboys. 49ers score a touchdown. They'll lose. They'll lose.
The Cowboys?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I am pretty depressed about that. Noah, go ahead.
Well, just because they're not going to blow them out doesn't mean they're going to lose.
True. It could be a good game. I'm just, after that first drive, it was 4 minutes into the game, and the 49ers already just went down and scored a touchdown immediately.
It happens. They're all pros.
I know.
Just like Kurt Wilson. Kurt Wilson. There we go.
No.
The old joke.
Kurt Wilson.
I forgot what his name is.
Oh my god.
I told you I'm horrible.
Just saw a movie.
Lucas thinking that he's actually going to sound pro like he knows football.
No, I'm saying I only know his first name.
Kurt Wilson.
I actually just forgot his last name again.
Okay, so
I
Jake,
know
what's
why.
your prediction?
Kurt.
My score prediction?
Yeah.
28-24.
Cowboys.
And also, it's terrifying. There are more 49ers fans than Cowboys fans at AT&T Stadium.
Makes sense.
It's supposed to be a whiteout, but it's a red out. Maybe it's 50-50. It's not good.
Lucas, what are your predictions?
My prediction is that I still don't know Kurt's last name, even though I was just told what it was.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, yeah.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
You just saw the movie. Oh my goodness.
Okay. My prediction, I'm saying it's going to be... So Greg's going to miss
90-90.
Greg will miss an extra point. So I'm saying it's going to be 27-21. Cowboys.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 100 versus 100 Cowboys.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. You want to get into
Fair
one more
enough.
thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Switch the camera to you.
I don't want to.
It looks good. Don't worry.
Fine. I don't have to. Okay. Y'all can just hear my voice. All right. So, as you heard in the what segment was that? Top 10?
Yes.
Yeah. I have an aunt and uncle and 2 cousins that lived in Uganda for about 3-4 years. And they originally went there because my uncle works for Samaritan's Purse. It's like a recovery foundation. And there was a natural disaster in Uganda, and they were both married, and they went to Uganda to help recover for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And while they had my 2 boy cousins, and they were both born in Uganda. Now, a funny story. Ooh, my bad, guys.
You're good.
Okay, funny story. They're both, they're both blue-eyed, bright blue eyes, blonde hair, white skin. So when they
3 and out.
great. Oh no. Okay.
Does that concern you anymore?
No, for sure. So when they walked out onto the streets, everyone was basically harassing them like they were celebrities because they had never seen a white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired kid.
Really?
They were like awestruck.
makes sense.
So much, my cousin Judson, he got tired of it, and he was mad every time someone looked at him. He was like,
Did you just look at me?
Yeah.
Okay, Lucas, you have one more thing. Go ahead. Give it to us.
And I just forgot it. No, actually, I remembered it now. All right, so the ice cream incident of yesterday, 2022, at Brahms.
January 15th.
Okay. Anyway, I got a 2-scoop ice cream cone, and as I say incident, I mean the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. This thing had more than 2 scoops on it. This was more than just like 2 scoops.
It was like
put on.
2.5 to 3.
No, it was like 5. I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating. They had like stacked them and smushed them on top. Like if they
It was
used
not
their hand.
5.
They used like 5. Yeah, but there was like one giant one in the like in the cone, and like 4 that was on top.
lot of ice cream.
It was amazing. I loved it.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna get it.
All right, hit the
like
music
$3
now.
now.
I think that is going to do it for the show. Thank you so much for watching. Especially, I know if a lot of you came here for the Shelly Luther interview. Hopefully that went well.
Please watch all the way through.
Yeah,
It did go well. We've already filmed it and all that.
Yeah, wink, wink.
Wink.
It went well, and we know what the Cowboys game, how the
Cowboys won.
The Cowboys.
All happy.
Yep. Absolutely.
Speaking prophetically.
My my heart's not beating out of my chest right now.
I'm not scared. I'm not gonna cry.
All right.
Jake, cut the camera, Corey.
For me, Jake Roberts.
And for me, Lucas Mitchell.
And for me, Noah Riley.
We're signing out for now.